Good afternoon. Welcome to this episode of Inside RIC Athletics. My name is Owen, Kane, Assistant Sports Information Director. Today I'm joined by head coach of the men's soccer team, Kyle Froberg. Kyle, how are we doing today?
Pretty good.
Yeah. So last year, 9-5-5. You went, was there any specific accomplishments you're looking forward to keep the same from last year, or maybe switch it up a little bit?
Yeah, I think last 2 years we've been semifinals in our conference tournament. It's all about conference. So we're trying to be challenged outside of conference as well to get past that semifinal, berth, so to speak, and move on to the finals and see what we can do from there. So I think we've gotten into the tournament the last 2 years, so now it's time to, in our conference tournament, to go a little further.
Yeah. So tomorrow, we were just discussing it before we started this. We got Roger Williams, a little tough one coming up. But we saw you, scrimmage against CCRI, this weekend. Unfortunately, against Emmanuel was a 2-1 loss. Was there anything you've seen as a head coach going into tomorrow's game that you're going to want to, make a message to the guys and sort of prepare them differently?
Yeah, you got to take each game one at a time, and I say that all the time, but you really do. I mean, a loss is a loss. We got to fix a few things and correct a few things, but there's some positive to build on too. We're just going to keep that going, and then everything's about getting the guys to play better together. With some newer guys coming in, but also some veterans on the team, and just trying to figure out where they fit in best.
Right. Yeah. So assistant coach to start at URI at your alma mater. Then you transitioned to high school head coach, and now you're a head coach here at RIC. Is there any sort of what's the main difference you see apart from skill level and play level between going from an assistant to head coach at high school? Now you're the head coach here at D3.
Yeah, I think the main adjustment is knowing the D3 level is very good.
Right.
It's not as people had said to me, high school on steroids. It's not that at all. It's good. It's good soccer. I mean, there's a lot of good teams out there, including ours. And there's maybe guys that maybe wanted just a chance to play that could have played Division One or Division Two, or we've gotten some transfers from Division Two and Division One too. So they find it to be pretty hard. It is.
Yeah.
It's hard. We have great facilities, so that's an easy selling point right there. But then we're trying to put a good product on the field too, and that's the main thing is that, but also understanding where the Division III level is, and it's not far behind.
Definitely. I mean, just from watching the games, I can easily tell. I used to broadcast a little bit in the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Now here, it's not a big jump, but at the same time, we got some athletes here at RIC, and it's fun to watch. Is there something you want to tell to the incoming freshmen here that you may tell the all incoming freshmen as a head coach that that really prepares them for the college scenery? Yeah,
that's being prepared. That's what I was going to say. Is really just being prepared, but how to prepare.
Right. Exactly.
That's the main thing. I tell everybody, you got to come in, you got to watch games, you got to watch the college games, watch all levels, and see if you can fit into those levels with us. I think that's important, because they do find it's a pretty tough level. Even just having some conversations with the new guys, the freshmen, and telling them it's a lot faster than you thought, and a lot more physical than you thought, and they agree. They agree. But I also recruited those guys to make an impact on the field as well, and so I expect them to hit the ground running, and I try to keep them informed as much. But until they see it themselves and experience themselves, then they get a better idea.
Yes, they do. Last question for you. I know kind of went through this a little bit quick, but is there if there's one place in the world that you would want to live for the rest of your life? What are you thinking about? You want to go out west somewhere? You want to go, to a different country, somewhere warm climate, cold climate? Give us a little bit of idea of that.
That's easy. Rhode Island. I live here, born here, raised here, everything. So I don't want to leave Rhode Island. It's where I grew up. I love it. It's 4 seasons. I drive out a little further south, and it's 10 degrees cooler or whatever during the summer, and just such a great area, and you can be anywhere. You can be in the mountains in 2.5 hours.
Right.
You can be in the city. You can go to Providence, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And then you also Boston's not far away at all.
Boston's not far. Yeah. Cape Cod with the beach, all that certain stuff. That's kind of where I grew up as well. So, I love New England as well. But this has been it for Inside RIC Athletics today. Joined by once again head coach of the men's soccer team, Kyle Froberg.